guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another monthly awareness video. If you guys saw my video in February, I believe I did it on like teen abusive relationships. I said in that video that I wanted to do kind of like makeup tutorials that would go along with that monthly awareness, because there's so many things that we don't really take awareness to, but every month there are multiple things that are like for awareness that month, if that makes sense. So I obviously didn't do March or April. I slacked off. I have been so busy. Quick update, I am working 3 jobs now. I started 2 new ones and I quit one of my other ones, and my schedule is just absolutely insane. So it's been really hard for me to put up videos, but I finally have some time to sit down and film. So today we are going to be talking about skin cancer. The month of May is Skin Cancer Prevention Month, and I felt it was very fitting for me to talk about this because I am a licensed esthetician. Skincare is my career. It's one of my passions. And I feel as an esthetician, it's my job to educate people on, not just taking care of your skin in general, but preventing skin cancer. It's a huge thing nowadays, and people just really need to be aware of how to prevent it and what really causes it, because I feel like not everybody realizes what a big deal it is. So I feel like it's just my job to explain this to people. I always ask all of my clients and patients if they wear sunscreen every day, and I just make sure that they know that it's important to take certain steps to prevent yourself from getting skin cancer. So if you want to read up on skin cancer, or see any extra things maybe that I didn't add into this video, I'm going to try and link a couple things down below just for you to check them out. And obviously I decided not to wear makeup for this video because we're talking about skin. So I just figured I would come on here with no makeup. I have zero makeup on at all. You can see my little friend that I have there. It's getting better, but yeah. So anyways, let's just get into it. So just to start off with the basics, there are 3 different skin cancers. Melanoma is not the only skin cancer. There is basal cell, squamous cell, and then melanoma. Melanoma is the one that you can die from. It can affect your organs. Basal and squamous cell you cannot die from, but it's definitely threatening to your health, and you definitely need to have that taken care of. I have had a couple clients that have come in and had something on their face, and I had to let them know that it didn't look very good and that they really needed to see a dermatologist because it looked like skin cancer to me. And that's kind of a scary thing to tell somebody, because you're throwing the word cancer in there. Like, even though it's your skin, and even if it's not melanoma, you can't die from it, it's still scary. It's a cancer, which is another thing that I think people just don't take it seriously enough. I don't know, I just feel like people aren't as aware, or they just don't think about it as much as other cancers. And with that being said, I highly recommend that you go to the dermatologist at least once a year to get checked. Just to have like spots checked. You guys can see I have beauty marks all over me, and I really should go to the dermatologist every year religiously to get them checked, because it doesn't have to be something new that pops up on your body for you to be concerned about. You need to be concerned about the ones that you already have. You can see I have them all over. I have them on my arms. I have them everywhere. I kind of have always had them, but like I said, I still need to get them checked out because they can turn into cancer. Just because it's been there for a long time doesn't mean you shouldn't be concerned about it. So I literally have my book with me from when I was in school getting my license because I want to show you guys a couple of the pictures that are in here, and I also want to read off a couple facts and like statistics for you, and I want to make sure that I'm not like mixing any numbers up or anything like that. So I'm going to show you pictures for basal cell, squamous cell, and melanoma. So I'm going to start off with basal cell. Basal cell is the most common of skin cancer, and it's also one that I think people don't really recognize as fast because most people just think of melanoma when they think of skin cancer, and you know, they just think it's like a dark mole or whatever, but that is absolutely not what basal cell looks like at all, or squamous cell. Neither of them look anything like melanoma. Basal cell is, like I said, the most common, and it typically looks almost like an open sore. It can be very red. It can have sort of like veining through it, and it also can have almost like little pearl-like nodules on it. That is typically like the description of a basal cell. And just to show you guys, that right there is what a basal cell will typically look like. And then there is the squamous cell. So as you saw, the squamous cell almost looked like a scab. And that's typically what it looks like. It looks like an open sore with like a scab. And typically like the scab will fall off and the sore will never heal, and the scab will just keep coming back, and that's something concerning. That's something that you definitely need to get checked out. If you have something like that on your face or anywhere on your body and it just keeps coming back, that should be a sign to you that you need to go see somebody about it, because most likely it's going to be skin cancer. So yeah, squamous cell typically looks like a nasty scab, pinkish, reddish, open sore. It doesn't look nice, so I would assume that somebody would go to the doctor when they had something like that on them, but I guess some people just don't really think about it. And also they say that squamous cell is a little more, I don't know, more severe than basal cell, because squamous cell can actually spread to different parts of your body if you have it somewhere and don't take care of it. So now for melanoma. Melanoma is the most severe out of all of them. Melanoma is the one that can affect your organs. It can make you very sick, and you can die from it if you don't take care of it, because it will attack your organs, and you know, that's not good. You want to take care of something like that. So typically melanoma looks like a very, very dark brown, almost black mole. It's typically like jagged. It's not like a perfect circle. It can be raised. It can also kind of be like crusty and bleed, like the other one with the scabbing, but you know, this one's already dark, so it doesn't really scab. It just, you can see it might like be really crusty and bleed. And like I said, this can happen from pre-existing moles that you already have, which is why you have to get them checked all the time. And melanoma is not always found in places that are exposed to the sun. Like I said, they can come from other moles that you have. If you have a mole on your foot, it can absolutely turn into melanoma, which is why it's so important for you to go to the dermatologist and get all of your moles checked, because you don't want to just say like, oh, well, that mole's been there forever, and hello, it's like on the bottom of my foot. It doesn't get exposed to the sun. It doesn't matter. You have to get it checked. Please, if you have any moles on your body, go get them checked once a year, because they can always change and turn into something else Personally, like I said, I'm naturally moly. I have them all over my body, and I do have a couple bigger ones that I actually am a little concerned about. I'm more concerned about one of them. It's kind of like on my hip area. Again, not an area that gets exposed to the sun, even when I have a bathing suit on. It's covered. So, you just have to keep that into consideration, especially if you have a mole that has maybe gotten bigger, or like I said, it's changed in size, they're uneven color. That's a big sign. When it's really dark in certain spots, and it's just like uneven, that's a big sign that you need to go get it checked out. So just a couple little facts about the sun and skin cancer. Number one fact that I always tell people is the sun causes 90% of our wrinkles. 90% of our wrinkles. So imagine like if we were vampires and didn't see the sun at all, we would literally look amazing for the rest of our lives. We would still look like we were in our 20s when we're like 70. And that's one good reason to wear sunscreen every single day. I wear sunscreen every single day because, first of all, I don't want wrinkles, but second of all, wearing sunscreen every day will absolutely help prevent you from getting skin cancer. I know a lot of people don't think it's necessary, but it is absolutely necessary. Just because you're not out baking in the sun, you still see sunlight every day while you're driving in your car to work, when you're leaving work, when you're going to the grocery store. You are being exposed to sun, and even though it's just for a few minutes maybe, it adds up a lot. Trust me when I say this. When I was in school getting my license, I remember we had a UV light, which most spas have a UV light. We have UV lights at all the spas that I work at. And basically the UV light will show you anything that the naked eye can't see itself. It'll show you all your clogging, dead skin cells, anything. And most importantly, it shows you your sun damage. Now, physically looking at my face, I have no sun damage. None. I have no freckles. I do have actually a couple freckles on my nose, and that's from sun damage. It is from one time I got really burnt in the sun, and I now have freckles on my nose from it. But aside from that, when the girls used the UV light on my face, I was covered in sun damage right in this area, here and on my nose and a little bit on my forehead. And that's just from, the couple times that I've gotten burnt before and my everyday life, going outside and being exposed to the sun. Just that little bit of exposure will cause you to have some serious sun damage, and that's going to catch up with you later, whether it comes out as skin cancer or just aging in general. So that's why it's so important to wear sunscreen every single day. Here is a really, really scary statistic. At least one person every hour in the United States dies from skin cancer. One person every single hour in the United States. That's insane. That's a huge number. Like, that's crazy. And I'm sure a lot of those people had no idea that they had skin cancer, which is why they died from it. And that's, again, another reason why I'm saying you have to go get checked at the dermatologist. It is so, so important. Every year, more than 1.3 million Americans are diagnosed with skin cancer. Crazy. Crazy. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and read some of the statistics written in my book here because I don't want to jack them up. So I'm just going to go ahead and read some of them. Here's a really huge one. The risk of skin cancer doubles if a person has had 5 or more sunburns in their lifetime, or even one severe sunburn as a child. So that one severe sunburn when you were a kid has doubled your chance of getting skin cancer. Me, right here. I remember one time I was so sunburned. I'm surprised I didn't get sun poisoning. I was so burnt. I remember missing school like that following Monday because I literally couldn't wear like a t-shirt or a bra. It hurt so bad. Skin cancer is also the #1 cancer found in men over the age of 50. Skin cancer has tripled in the amount of women under 40 in the past 30 years. Skin cancer kills more women in their late 20s and early 30s than breast cancer does. There is a 75% increase of melanoma risk among those who use tanning beds in their teens and 20s. Please do not go in a tanning bed. I have heard multiple people say, oh, it's not that bad. It's that bad. Tanning beds are the worst thing that you could use in your life. As an esthetician, we basically call it the deathbed because that's what it is. It's a big deathbed. 15 minutes in a tanning bed equals 4 hours being out in the sun. That's insane. Insane. I am currently hassling my aunt about using the tanning bed. She's been using the tanning bed for a really long time, and it's just not good for you. Please do not go in a tanning bed. That is the worst thing that you could do. Just imagine those who go to the tanning bed for an hour. That's 16 hours out in the sun. That's crazy. Not only are you increasing your risk of cancer, but you're aging yourself by years. By the time you're 30, you're gonna look like you're 50. It's not good for you. Please, 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 if you listen to anything that I say in this video, do not go in a tanning bed. They are so bad for you. Okay, so now that I have gone ahead and given you facts, I've let you guys know statistics, and I already gave you the rundown about going to the dermatologist, so I won't repeat myself on that, but I want to discuss sunscreen. Like I said, you should be wearing sunscreen on your face, neck, even your décolleté. I've noticed in a lot of my clients, older clients really, that you will almost see that they have more sun damage and freckling in this area. You can almost see like where their t-shirt was because that's where the sun is hitting. If you have on a scoop neck t-shirt and that's something that you wear all the time, you will notice in the future that you have more damage in that little scoop than the rest of your chest area. So a lot of people don't really pay attention to this, or maybe they just don't know, but there's two types of sunscreens: chemical sunscreen and physical sunscreen. And you want to use a physical sunscreen. First of all, a chemical sunscreen is going to clog your pores. So if you're somebody who struggles with acne, chemical sunscreen is not going to do you any justice whatsoever. Not only is it going to clog your pores, it doesn't work as well. It just doesn't work. I mean, yeah, it works, but not really. You can put on a physical SPF and be good for hours without having to reapply. When you wear a chemical SPF, you have to reapply that every hour to 80 minutes, right? That's what it says on the bottle. And that's even what it says on a physical SPF bottle as well. I think that it's kind of like mandatory for them to write something like that on there, but you actually don't have to with the physical sunscreen. You can wear a physical sunscreen for like 3 hours without having to reapply. Unless maybe like you're out on the beach and it's really hot and sunny that day, go ahead, apply it every couple hours. But I'm just saying it's not the same as wearing a chemical SPF. Chemical SPF, you have to keep reapplying, keep applying, keep applying. And even then, by the end of the day, you're like, holy crap, I got really burnt. And it's because you are using a chemical SPF that does not work the same as a physical SPF would. So there's only 2 ingredients that you need to see on your sunscreen: zinc and titanium dioxide. If it says anything else, it's a chemical sunscreen. You want physical zinc and titanium dioxide. That's all you want in your sunscreen. And believe it or not, it's actually really hard to find products that have physical sunscreen in it, especially when it comes to like makeup. You could be wearing, a foundation that says it has SPF 15 in it, but it's most likely a chemical SPF, which means it's really not doing anything for you. I'm gonna go ahead and show you just a couple of options that I have in my bathroom, just so you guys can get an idea, and I will of course try and link them down below, and any others that are good enough for you to use, not just on your face, but on your body. When you go to the beach, you should absolutely be wearing a physical sunscreen. Like I said, it's going to protect you way more, you're not going to get burnt, and you don't have to apply it as often as you would with a chemical SPF. You can go a couple hours without reapplying. So here I have 2 face moisturizers / SPFs. I wear these every day, and they have never ever broken me out or caused me any problems with my skin, and they also wear beautifully underneath of my makeup. So the first one I have here is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Pure Mineral Sunscreen Moisturizer, Broad Spectrum SPF 40. And if you look at the bottom, sorry, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but right here it says active ingredients, titanium dioxide, and zinc oxide. Those are the only 2 things that you should see in your sunscreen. And I want to say that this one is around $30, and you can buy it at Ulta or Sephora. I will try and link it down below. And for some of you, $30 might be a lot, but like I said, it's really hard to find a physical SPF. I will do my best to try and find a physical SPF from the drugstore, but I've looked before and I really don't think that I found anything. So I'm gonna do my absolute best to do some research and look on Ulta and Sephora and see what else I can find. But this is the one that I have used for a really long time, and I really, really like it, and it lasted me a really long time too. You only need a little bit, and I would say that this lasted me like 5 to 6 months. This is the other one that I've been using. This is newer to me. I pretty much just started using this maybe like a month ago. This is the brand Spa Technologies. This is one of the brands that we carry in one of the spas that I work at. This is an SPF of 30, and it's all organic, so if you're somebody who really likes organic products, this is for you. There are a couple others that we use that I can also link down below as well. And again, this one only has zinc and titanium dioxide. And like I said, it's organic, and it has a ton of really great ingredients in it. It has aloe, it has green tea in it, it has rice bran oil, sesame seed oil, laminera algae, vitamin E. It has a lot of really good things in it, so I do really, really like this one, especially because it really is moisturizing. The First Aid Beauty one, it didn't make me dry, but it wasn't as moisturizing as this one because this one has a bunch of really, really great ingredients in it. So I do really recommend this one. Again, it's a little more on the pricey side, and to be honest, this is not lasting me that long. I don't know why, but I guess it's just not as thick as this one. And I feel like I'm already like halfway through, and I haven't been using it that long. So I don't know if I'll repurchase it, but it's a really good product. And if you're into the organic stuff, this will for sure work for you. Now for body SPF, I have 2 here to show you guys. This one is from the brand Goddess Garden, and you can see I got this like super cheap because I found this at Bed Bath & Beyond, and it was on clearance for $12.88 and then an additional 50% off. So I got it for like $6, and I really like this one because it's organic, or it contains organic ingredients. It's not completely organic. And then the sunscreen, do I need to say it? Do I? Zinc and titanium dioxide. And this one also had really good ingredients in it. It has shea butter, green tea, coconut oil, sunflower oil, lavender oil, red raspberry seed oil, and vitamin E. It has really good ingredients in it. So I picked this one up because obviously it had good ingredients, good SPF, and it was cheap. But I feel like this is bad. I actually thought that it was expired when I opened it, but then I looked at the top. By the way, there's like expiration dates at the top of these things if you didn't know. So it says expiration of 07/17, so that's not until July or August, one of those. I think it's July. And I bought this months ago, but the consistency of this, I'm going to show you guys, is kind of weird, and it's not squirting out. Oh god, why? So I'm going to show you the consistency of this is kind of weird. Again, I still could have gotten a bad one even though it says it's not expired, but I'm going to try and show you. It's kind of like, honestly, I look at this and think of like oatmeal. Like, I don't know. It's so weird and like chunky. It's, do you see that? It is like the strangest thing ever. So I don't know. And it like legit just does not rub in. Like, it's so weird. So that one's kind of like, I don't know about that. I mean, if you happen to come across it, I'm sure that you can find something like that in Whole Foods. That's where I would really suggest going to find an actual SPF, would be Whole Foods, because, you know, they have like a bunch of natural stuff, and I've heard a lot of people say that they actually did find a normal SPF in Whole Foods. So that's where I would recommend to go. Like I said, I'm gonna try and link as much as I can down below for you guys. But I mean, if you happen to see this, I would say open it and see how it is first, because I seriously cannot wear this on my body. Like, no. And the next one that I have is from the brand Alba, and this one's like, as well, it's pretty borderline because it does have chemical SPF in it, but it has titanium dioxide in it as well. And that's where I would kind of say, you know, try, if you cannot find one that is like straight up physical SPF, or it's like way too expensive, because I know some of them can be a little pricey, I would highly recommend trying to find something like this that at least has the titanium dioxide or zinc oxide mixed in there, because at least you're getting a little bit of a better protection compared to just the chemical SPFs. And I will say that this one did work pretty well for me. I went out in the sun for a couple hours wearing this, and I didn't get burnt at all. I got a little bit of color, and it was perfect. And Alba is more of like an organic or like natural sort of brand. So again, it had good ingredients in it. It has aloe leaf juice in it. It has lavender flower, vitamin E. It had some good ingredients in here. So I figured I might as well pick it up. And again, I found it at Bed Bath & Beyond on clearance. I got it for like $3. So I was like, you know what, whatever, might as well. I need more sunscreen. So I picked this one up. So unfortunately, those are the two that I have for my body. I do plan on picking up another one soon because my aunt's coming into town from Pittsburgh. I am going wedding dress shopping this weekend. I'm so excited. And of course, she wants to go to the beach. So I need to pick up a new SPF. Maybe I'll come back to this video and link down below what SPF I ended up buying. That way you guys can see what I bought and where I got it from. So that's it, you guys. I think that I covered everything that I need to cover. I have been talking for quite some time now. I did not think I was going to talk this long. I thought the video was maybe going to be like 10 minutes max, and I've been sitting here for 40 plus minutes already. So I'm going to try and edit it down as best as I can, but I really wanted to make sure that I got out this information for you guys, because it's super, super important to know these things, especially with summer coming It's May. I can't believe that it's May. It's like insane to me. But it's already smoking hot here in Florida. It was like 93 degrees out the other day. I literally am already like melting when I step outside. So please make sure that you are wearing your SPF. And like I said, make sure you go to the dermatologist. Please, please, please. For me, do it. Do it for yourself. You want to make sure that you're healthy, and you know, you just want to make sure that everything on your body and in your body is going good, okay? So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you sticking around and listening to me ramble and give you a lecture. Also, if you think that there's anything that I missed out, comment down below by all means. Give us more information. I'm sure that my teacher will actually probably comment on this video. She will most likely add in a couple things that I missed out because she does watch my channel. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you share it on other social medias so that we can spread more awareness of skin cancer for Skin Cancer Awareness Month. So I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.